Did it go?
Actually, open it up this time.
So, how's it going?
That's how we're gonna start.
Tell us what just happened. Where were you? Why do you have to
Oh
switch
my
rooms?
God. Listen, what time is it, Anna? 9:10 p.m. You just had a long shift at work. I just had not quite as bad of a day, but like, damn. I had my intramural basketball game, and then I was like, you know what, let me just grab my camera and I'll go find a place to record, because we've realized our schedule's tomorrow, which is our last day before we have a flight Wednesday for Tokyo.
Yes.
Early in the morning, is we just don't have a time that lines up at all. So
Yeah,
we
not
have to
at
do
all.
it now. And not have to do it, because I think it's fun, but we wanted to do it now.
Yes, we're trying to really make our schedules work and get these podcasts up and rolling. So how does it feel that you're only going to be 21 for 3 more hours?
That took you far too long to count 3 hours, bro.
I'm tired.
I know, it's been a long day. I feel 2 ways, because first of all, 21 is a big number, but 22 is a double number. And I remember at 11, I was like, oh my God, when I'm 22, double digits again, I'm going to be a college senior. And now I'm saying when I'm 33, hopefully,
Wait, I think you said
I've had
this
my life
last
figured
week.
out. I think I said it last week too, but I don't remember if I said it on or off camera.
I don't either. I don't remember. But I'm having deja vu.
Gosh.
It's fine.
Deja vu.
Yeah, I feel like 22 felt for me at this point so much older than 21.
Do you remember your 22nd birthday, what you did?
Well, I was probably home because it's in January, so my
Yeah,
senior
because
year.
this would have been the year after the pandemic, right?
Yeah, I guess
2022.
turned 22. Oh, I went out.
Is that Boston?
I went out in Boston. We
Out and
stayed
about?
we stayed at the Omni Parker Hotel.
Is that when you
and-
dropped $600 in one place?
No, that was my 23rd birthday. But no, this was with like Allie, Jess, Abby, and Sabrina. I think that was it. And we went to that place Mast and had that really good chicken parm. And then we went to the arcade bar after, and that was fun. And there was a fire alarm in the hotel, and we had to all evacuate right when we got there.
I remember.
But yeah, that's what I did for my
dropping you
22nd.
off.
Yeah. Wait, what are you going to be doing for your 22nd tomorrow?
Want me to go through the schedule of the day? It's pretty boring. I can read it to you. Unfortunately, it's a lot of Tokyo prep on top of all the other life stuff that I have to do. Pretty much, let's see, I have my drawing class, which is hell, at 10 o'clock. I do a project over weekend, which I can get into. And then I have to table for the doc, just talking about the initiatives and trying to raise money.
Yeah.
12:30. Then I have physical therapy at 1:30 to work on my Achilles. And I have a physical therapy story for you too, so we'll get back to that. I have a VTV meeting at 3:30 I have to go to. Mom spilled the beans, but apparently Brendan's picking me up a cake and we're singing happy birthday.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't know. Is it bad that I'm not into the birthday? I'm just not into, I don't
doesn't
know. If
really
it's on a weekend, if
Yeah.
you don't have like special things planned, like it's just kind of like another, it's also midterms week here, which is a whole nother thing, so.
It also just doesn't feel like your birthday. Like, I don't know, it's
'Cause we
so
have
weird.
Tokyo.
Last year we
And
were
it's
at
just-
your birthday. We were at Villanova.
I know. That was a blast. When we had
Did I
a
see-
record number of people in our apartment, 50
Did you see what I sent you this morning?
on.
Like Snapchat memories?
No, because Snapchat's like now not even time limited, deleted off my phone. But I could
Well,
read
it was funny. I don't want to say it on the camera. I'll just tell you. I'll show it to you.
Why don't you,
on
Hannah,
Wednesday.
why don't we pull a week 2 and you tell me and I'll just do my reaction, cut out the words. It was fun that night. I want me to jump into the story, so let me tell you about my drawing this weekend, because I had a field day. It was such a horrible day because on so many levels. I had to do my drawing. I wake up super early to do it on a Sunday. The one day I have off from running, I'm like, I can sleep in. I'm like, you know what? Now I have to freaking wake up for this drawing. It's due Thursday, but I'm going to be gone by then. So I have to get done this weekend because I'm not doing it during the week. I'm busy. I go into like the study room. You have to stack objects and draw them like by hand, by like sight and stuff. Horrible. I cut out the piece of paper, which is like, you only have 24 pages, so you don't want to waste them. All of a sudden, I'm like halfway, maybe a quarter of the way through. I'm like proportioned everything out pretty good. I freaking get a paper cut on my finger, and I was like, shit, it hurt, and I was like, whatever. And then I start doing more drawing. All of a sudden, the page I look down has red dots all over it. I got it covered in blood.
Oh no.
I'm like, I have to start all over again. And this was, oh, okay. So then I flipped it over, and then I am doing something, the page rips. I was like so annoyed. And then I ended up doing it. It does not look good, but at this point, bro, I'm just like, art is so dumb.
Art is
Worst
dumb?
class I've ever taken at Villanova University. That's not because of anybody's fault but me, I'm going to say. I'm not trying to throw shade in case Professor Durnan is watching, but it's just not for me. It's not for me at all. And I'm sorry, but I should have picked a better fine arts, like film analysis, because that would have been more fun.
Yeah,
so
that would have
anybody
been...
watching, don't ever take the art class.
Yeah, that would have been more up your alley. Wait, what objects did you... Oh my god, this thing just timed out. Now my face looks blue. Is that fine?
Whatever works for you.
Okay, hopefully it'll just stay like this, but there's no promises.
You ever say that to someone, and I didn't mean it in this way, but you ever say it to someone, you go, whatever works for you, and really behind your eyes, you're like,
only if it works for me. Wait, so
yeah, exactly.
What were the objects that were included on your drawing? And then
I'm also... Who's going to go? Who's going to go?
You can go.
No, I've been yapping. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is it a new drawing every week?
So then I had to... It's this is our second. It's usually every 3 weeks we'll do like a new project. We do in-class projects, and then we do out-of-class projects as well. It's like homework. I could see if it was just in class, but like it's just I'm not a fan of having to do like homework, you know?
Yeah, I could not do that.
It's also the class is called Basic Drawing Techniques. It's like Art 101 type thing. So sometimes I sit there and I'm like, this doesn't seem that simple to me. Yeah. But I guess it is like a university art class, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever. Well, what I was going to say was, I also wanted to tell you about my physical therapist, if that's okay.
That's okay. You have the floor.
Okay. Okay.
Go.
All right. So actually, it's kind of a two-parter, but I am at physical therapy. Mm-hmm. I've only gone a few times. It is very helpful because she's giving me good stretches, and also she's good at like loosening it up. Mm-hmm. It's my left Achilles, and I want you to take a guess at who she looks like. A famous celebrity spouse, I'll say. You get 4 questions, and then you get 1 guess. I bet you could get it because they're kind of in the culture right now, pop culture.
They're in pop. Are they famous themselves, or their spouse is famous?
Their spouse is famous.
Is the physical therapist a woman?
Yes. Looks and talks just like this person.
And does her spouse play a sport?
Yes.
I don't know which route I'm gonna go. Is the color of the team that her spouse plays for, does it have a tealish, greenish blue color in it?
Yes.
Is it Kylie Kelsey?
That's your 4 questions.
Is it Kylie Kelsey?
Yes, it is.
That was gonna be my number 1 guess without even asking any of those questions. No matter what.
Why? Just randomly?
Well, are you sure it's not her? Like, she lives in that area. What's her name?
No, her name's like, it's not Kylie.
That's really funny. That was gonna be my guess. I don't know why that spoke to me.
Yeah, she looks and kind of talks like her too, and I almost want to say it to her, but I'm like, I don't know if I should do that.
Yeah.
She's very nice, but the second part to the story is that, speaking of the Kelseys, I was on a run maybe a week ago, mm-hmm. and maybe I could say about a week ago, and I look up and I'm like, that looks like Jason Kelsey. And then you ever get the stomach flip where you notice something, you get nervous, or like I get the stomach flip, for example, when I met the Chainsmokers a few years ago. Like I got the stomach flip because it's a celebrity, and I never looked them in the eye. I feel like
that was more than a few years ago.
I never looked at Chainsmokers in the eye. It was 2017, which was now 7 years ago, when me and Haley won the radio tickets. Yes. But I don't look celebrities in the eyes. I just don't when I meet them. And so I was like, that looks like Jason Kelsey. And so I was like, I was just, back of my mind. And then I like looked for one more second. Well, all of a sudden, I see him, he's wearing a big Eagles thing. And I had the stomach flip on. I'm like,
not.
Oh my God, that's Jason Kelsey right there. That's Jason Kelsey in the Villanova parking lot.
Was it?
And then I did like a double take. I looked one more time, like, he's probably my height kind of guy, maybe a little taller, but he's just not big. I was like, that's not him, but I swear for a second I was like, oh my God, that's Jason Kelsey. And his freaking wife works right down the street at my physical therapy place, but both of them are untrue.
Oh my God, that's upsetting that it wasn't true, but kind of funny.
Yeah, You're a fan. We're fans of Jason Kelsey and Kylie Kelsey. I think both of them are incredible people.
Me too. I think that Jason Kelsey is the superior Kelsey brother.
Oh, you're gonna drop that dime.
What do you think?
I agree. Honestly, especially after seeing Travis at the Super Bowl pushing his coach, that put it over the edge for me. I was like,
Yeah.
I've seen enough. Let me ask you about name 3 great things that happened to you in the past week.
I honestly don't even remember last week at all. What did I got a cortisone injection on Friday.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad does that hurt?
So you want to hear what happens? So essentially you check in.
Yes.
You go to the Atrius Health.
Did you check in on atriushealthapp.com or did you go on person?
App.com, pre-visit update, check mark. And then you go.
Isn't the app so glitchy for no reason?
Yes.
It sends you like an email, a text,
And
and a phone
then-
call at the same time.
Yeah, we went to the one in Boston, and Mom is like so triggered because she's trying to
Boston.
use the. I think she was trying to open. She's trying to do something on her phone. And there's like no Wi-Fi there, and everyone in the waiting room is just complaining about how they can't use their phones. We go there. I had to get a ride because you can't drive after. And essentially, I go in. They ask me my pain, take my vitals. I go and see my same spine doctor. I go under X-ray, so I'm laying flat on my stomach on the X-ray table.
Oh my god, is that scary?
Yeah, 'cause they can't see anything. They have like an image so they can like see where the needle's going, and like essentially a really long needle injects first. He did 2 of them. It's lidocaine first to numb the area, and then that numbs it, and then a really long needle, like probably like I don't know, pretty long. And
Jeez.
that has the medicine in it, and then he injects that by looking at the X-ray like into the nerve, and it has dye in it. And then once it gets into the nerve, essentially, I can he goes, okay, it's gonna be a pinch, and then I can feel it. Oh, you're not gonna like this. Is gonna make you feel woozy. You can feel it like going all throughout my entire leg and like down.
Oh. Oh.
And then he does the second one, and then I get up and walk off the table and go home.
Oh. Sorry, I must have passed out. That's disgusting, bro.
So that was a good thing that happened to me.
Any more comments about the podcast at your work?
Every day. Everyone likes to. Everyone's excited.
God.
And some people, I was leaving work on Saturday, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're going to Tokyo," and I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh yeah, we had a viewing party of the podcast last night."
No.
Everyone likes to watch it. They're big fans.
Well, let's shout them out right now. If you're watching right now, what do we have to say?
If you're watching,
Take your vitals.
Take your vitals. If you're watching, have a good.
You know what? If you're watching,
Have a good week and a half. Shifts. One.
and
We're in
please
Tokyo.
treat my sister well because I know she's a home run of a hire. So treat her well. And she's moving to Boston just to be more committed.
Oh yeah.
So can you tell me about that?
Sure. So girls and I decided that we all want to kind of live together, and we're starting the process of looking at apartments in Boston for the 5 of us, which is kind of like you sound like Mom, which is kind
moving
of
out.
it's kind of like a higher like number, so sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. But we started the
Price
process
wise? What do you mean higher number?
like higher number of like people trying to move out. Like 5 people is kind of like sometimes it's a little easier to find
I
like
see.
places for like 3 or 4 people, like kind of that's like the
Yeah.
sweet spot. Sometimes 5 it can be a little tough, so that's why we're looking so early. But we started looking at a few places, and some of the girls went to one of them, looked at one of them yesterday, and we sent in 1 application so far for that one, so hopefully we'll
Nice.
hear back soon. But
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed, don't want to get our hopes up because, there's more out there and we can always keep applying. But we just wanted to kind of get one out there just so, we start the process. But
Adulting.
speaking of adulting, what are you going to do after college?
Oh, God. So let me tell you about this weekend because I had a big spelling bee.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
So we'll save the adulting for another episode.
Yeah, that doesn't have to be now.
This is the highlight of my freaking week. This was exciting. So let me tell you. So McSorley's, one of the dive bars around Villanova, is having a spelling bee. They posted maybe at the beginning of February. And they said February 24th, spelling bee. I said to my friends, I'm like, LOL, I should do this. And you have to sign up in person. Then sign-ups came, and I was like, oh, it's been a week. They probably have everybody. And one night we went out to McSorley's, and I went up to the bartender, and he's like, what do you want to drink? I said, oh, that's not important right now. can you please let me know if you have a spot left on your spelling bee team out of the 25 people? He said, yep, we're at number 17. I said, great, or 16, because my number was 16. Write my name and phone number. Didn't hear from them at all. I was like, oh, guys, I don't know if I should do it. And they were like, let's just go. Like, it's Saturday at 4 p.m. Let's just do it. It'll be fun. Show up expecting, pretty sparse crowd. It's usually not packed. Walk in, the place is mobbed. The place is mobbed like I've never seen it before, especially in the daylight. I was like,
oh my God.
Uh-oh. Go. They hand me a number, a little thing you put around like the official spelling bee with a 16 on it. Might get my number. I look and I see a stage with a microphone, and I say, this is where it ends. When I tell you, I've never been so nervous for something since. I swear to God, I can't remember when. I was shaking. I had to pee.
Since you were Zeus in the third grade play.
Since I was Zeus in the third grade play, exactly. Like, for real. And I was to my friends, I'm like, I'm running the Tokyo Marathon, and I'm going to be nowhere near as nervous before that than I am at this right now. That's how nervous I was.
Were you like shaking, like holding the microphone?
I was shaking. No, because the microphone on fit stance, you just stepped up. You're like, your word is.
Were you sweating so bad?
I was sweating, yeah, and it was warm in there too. It was during the day, but I had we each got an Angry Orchard to calm me down. We each got one to calm me down. All three of us had to get one to calm just me down.
Yeah.
And 25 people. Now, you know the result. I told you on text, but you don't know the word I got out on. So I'm gonna walk you through what happened, and then I can tell you some of the words that led up to me getting out, and then I need you to spell the word that I got out.
Okay. I've only ever been in one spelling bee before, and it was in 5th grade, and I came in 2nd place.
So that's the thing. I have been in a few spelling bees, maybe 2, at our good old elementary school. And I said to my friends before, I'll never forget the word coordinate haunts me to this day, because that's the word I got out. And I said CORDNI, whatever. I can't even spell it now. I said, wait, I said CORDINAT. I did one of those too. I said, I'll never forget coordinate.
All
so
right.
I'm talking about I'm haunted, whatever. Then they're like, oh, it's time for the spelling bee. I'm like, oh my God. It's all like older people, probably like between 30 and maybe like 50. And then there's a few people my age, one girl, maybe a girl and guy went to Villanova. Yeah, I think two or three people also went to Nova.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I knew them. And they're like, all right, we're going to start with the practice round. So everybody goes. Picture this. You're like, there's the stage here. It's kind of big dance floor. You're all lined up. The line doesn't move. You just step up, go back to your spot. Step up, go to your spot. So like, this is a practice round, and they're giving kind of easy words. The first word, the whole thing was like coffee. So easy, right? So then I'm trying to think of some of my words. I only remember some of them. I got the first word right. I was nervous. The guy in front of me in the practice round was the only one to get it wrong. He got receive, and he spelt it RECIEVE. I before E except after C. Never forget. And I also was thinking too, like way back when, I was like, I was a pretty good speller back in the day. I feel like I got hundreds on the test, like not trying to gloat, but I think me and you were pretty, maybe it's the way mom raised us, or maybe it's our genetics, but I'm going to rephrase that. Maybe it was the way mom and dad raised us, or maybe it's our genetics, but I'm not trying to neglect that here. But I just feel like mom was honest at studying, but I was like, I was a pretty good speller. Now let's get to the meat and bones.
Okay.
So, I'm going through, round 1 goes by. Maybe 2 people get out. Round 2 goes by. 4 people. Round 3, 6 people. And each round has a category. So round 2, I think, was like brands. So I get the word. And I didn't hear him say brands, because he goes, round 1 is going to be Russian scientists. And it was like spell, and he said some crazy name. It was a joke. So I'm like, oh, they're not doing categories. So then I didn't hear him say round 2 is an actual category. So then round 2 apparently was brands. So I didn't pick up on it, but every word was a brand. So he goes, visor.
What is it?
And I go, visor. And I go, okay. And I was like, that doesn't seem that, but maybe he thinks I'm going to say VIZOR instead of VISOR. So I go, visor, VISOR, visor. I get the ding ding. That's incorrect. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, visor. And he goes, it's PFIZER, Pfizer. And I was like, I didn't even... And the crowd's like, no, give him another chance, give him another chance. And I was like, yeah, I didn't understand. He's like, all right, we'll give you another chance since you misunderstood. And the crowd was on my side until something happened later. And he's like, all right, spell Ferrari. So I said Ferrari, Ferrari. Correct. Got to go back down. So I made it to round 2, round 3. Going through the rounds, I get to the final 4. The final 4 people out of 25. I was like, I could win. I think the winner got like a $200 McSorley's gift card. Get to the final 4. I'm less nervous because it almost was like a sign graph, except an upside down one. Nervous, not as nervous. Then I'm like, oh shoot, I'm in the final 4. I need to get my stuff together. It's like me and 3 other people, and they start saying, all right, well, where are you from? And I say, Boston. The place erupts in boos. I was like, that was a mistake. The people say, spell Tom Brady, spell Super Bowl 52, because that's when we lost to the Eagles,
God.
I guess. And I was like, oh God. So I was already getting nervous now. The crowd didn't like me anymore.
Oh God.
I got through, the final 4 got through 1 round all, and then the second round is where I tripped up. Also, let me say one more thing before I get into the final word. The words were very luck of the draw. Guy in front of me gets Prague. Guy in front of me gets Portugal. We were doing country names. I got Caribbean or Caribbean, like harder words. Not that it's that hard, but when I got Caribbean, everyone goes, "Oh, can you spell it, Caribbean?"
CARIBBEAN.
Correct.
I don't know if it was double R or double B, but that's right.
That's correct.
Okay.
So something I would do every time when I got a word was I would take my hand as a writing sketch pad and write the word. And before I even say any letters, I'd be like, Caribbean. I was like, all right. And I would just take a long time, but I was like, I need to make sure I do not mess up. My first word I think was captain, and I took a while to do captain. But get the word. Ready for this? Quandary.
Quandary?
Quandary. Spell quandary.
Okay.
Go.
A quandary.
And I said, can you please use it in a sentence? And he said, my wife and my girlfriend are here at the same time. I'm in quite a quandary. The guy was,
My
one of the
gut
talented
is
types.
to start with a Q.
Okay.
QUANDARY.
Wow, you would have got it right.
I almost said RY, but I decided ARY. Is that right?
Correct. And I missed the A, QUANDRY, because I haven't heard quandary much, and I was like, I don't even know. I was like, it probably starts with a Q. So I go, I think I said it pretty quick. I was like, all right, like QUANDRY, quandary. And I was like, and some people were like, yeah. And then they were like, ding, 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 it's not. You have to miss.
Yikes.
So now, coordinate and quandary are 2 words that will haunt me for the rest of my life.
How do you spell inauguration?
INAUGURATION.
That's
Never forget that.
That's from your first grade.
Yes, it
Spelling
is.
test. I remember that. Wow, so I would have passed.
You would have passed it, but then my next word I counted. My next word would have been pneummonia, which I don't even think I. But you
Pneumonia?
might have gotten pneumonia since you probably diagnosed people with it.
PNEUMONIA.
Yeah, I think I almost forgot the E.
Yeah.
So-
I had a lot of patients have pneumonia, so
Oh gosh. So that's how it went. What are you drinking today?
again, it's just water.
Oh,
And a beer
I've
glass.
been trying to
Oh,
drink.
this is oh my God, this is a Boston Marathon glass.
Oh,
I
that's a
didn't even
good
mean
transition.
to do that. I didn't even mean to do that. So how are you feeling about
Well-
the marathon?
Before we jump into the marathon, can I tell you one more funny detail about the spelling bee? I promise
Sure.
this is it. So I get they go, every person gets a prize. Oh, also something else I was doing, I don't know if it was a nervous habit, but every time I would say a word, I would say, CARIBBEAN, Caribbean, and they would say, correct, and I would say it, and I'm like, thank you very much, and I walk away. Every time I go, thank you very much, and I walk away. Why do you think I did that?
It just might have been a nervous habit, maybe.
Nervous tick. So at the end of the spelling bee, they're like, all right, you can take a prize. Everyone gets a prize. So it was like, I didn't know what it was. Every participant got 1 free drink. That's okay. At the end, they go, all right, thank you very much. The guy won on a word. I forget what it was. It's a pretty hard word, but he was killing it. He's like, the MC goes, all right, great job. The top 3 get prizes, like big prizes. I was like, oh, top 3. I was top 4.
Oh, that stinks.
Tokyo. Yeah, I mean, how you feeling? Like, we're leaving in almost 24 hours at this point.
I'm honestly quite nervous, to be completely honest. I'm just feeling a little anxious
gonna be a
surrounding
lot.
it. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot
Oh my
just
back
to even get there.
kills right now.
I think the flights altogether like 20 hours, not even including the layovers and stuff. Like, it's going to be a
Yeah.
long travel day.
Yeah, I can't even sit down for like more than 2 hours, so I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. But
Listen, I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward most to like not even the race, just like being there and like we have a lot on our itinerary. There's like a lot to do. Just walking around, exploring. And when can I say like, oh, I went to Japan when I was young. Like I went to Japan. Like when can you say you did that? Like I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good.
We've been planning it for a while.
And I never thought it would come so soon. I feel like I've been talking about it for a while, and now it's actually here. I'm like, oh, am I actually going? It doesn't really feel real. It feels like just an idea.
That's like when I went to Brazil the first time this summer. When me and Jameson were there, we were sitting there like on the beach eating lunch right after a long travel day. And we're like, this does not even feel like we're in Rio de Janeiro right now. It did not feel real. Like something about it, like you don't feel like, you just see it, you hear about it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm actually in Tokyo. Like it's going to be insane.
I feel like it's going to fly by too.
It's going to go by quick.
Hopefully the flights go by quick too.
I know. So my big risk with my flights that hopefully I make it is I book separate to save money. So I have a flight from Philly to San Francisco and then a separate flight from San Francisco to Japan because it was like a lot cheaper that way. But since you don't have like connecting flight, if one, I think I have a 3-hour layover. If anything goes wrong with that first flight and I don't get there on time, it's because I have to like get off the plane, re-go through everything. So that's what I'm most worried about.
Really? You have to re-go through everything?
You have to like literally, I think, exit the airport as if you're going to leave and then go to the other, because I think I'm in a completely other terminal.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be in San Francisco, like not knowing what I'm doing.
That's stressful.
I know. I'm stressed about that, bro. I'm going there almost on a business trip. I have business to take care of on Sunday. I have to run the race. It's nerve-wracking because like I haven't been able to fully focus on the fact that we're going to Tokyo and all the fun things. I've also been like, I've had an Achilles injury. Today I fell off on my run. Like, I just hope it's like you put a lot of investment and money and time into it.
Yeah.
And you get one day to do it. So it's like if you don't perform and it's like my family's going to be there. Not that you're going to add pressure, but it's just like people came and it's like you just have one day to do it. Like I woke up when I did Philly. I didn't even know. I kind of felt weird. You run the race. I did great. Yeah. And then I woke up, London, and I felt horrible. And I had a bad time. So it's like you just don't know and you can't control a lot of it.
Yeah, but that's the hardest part. You can't control it, but we just got to make the best of it. You got to make the best of it and just think you're going to be running around basically doing a 26-mile tour of Tokyo by foot, just looking around, seeing things, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so different, but awesome.
Let's go prediction for prediction. All right. Like one of my predictions I had today while I was on my run is that I will cry the worst I have during the Tokyo Marathon as I like go near the finish line. Because every race...
You'll cry or try?
I'll cry.
Oh.
Because every race every marathon I've done, I always get like a little choked up emotional as I'm like about to finish because I think it's a mixture of exhaustion and everything. But I think this will be the most emotional I'll be because I'm like, damn, I'm in Tokyo and this is like crazy.
I guess one of my predictions is that we're probably going to drop like 5 chopsticks.
Oh my God, I haven't even practiced. I think I tried the other day with 2 straws from the bar, like 2 little skinny ones. I couldn't even come close. Like, I saw a TikTok trick though where you can add a napkin to the end and it like makes it easier, but...
Mom's done that while she's been practicing.
Oh my God, I'm not ready. I'm not...
Yeah, we're not going to be good.
I have not thought about like life. It's just been life.
I agree. I've thought about this Tokyo trip, like, but it's always been on the back burner. Like, I've just thought about like, we're going to Tokyo. Like, my brother's running the race. But I don't think we really know what we're getting ourselves into and like what we're going to experience, like such like a culture change, everything.
I think it's crazy that, especially, I don't know if this is just us or all things in life, but when you get used to something, it almost just is normalized. Like, we've been saying now we're going to Tokyo for months, but like if you told, us 5-10 years ago, oh, you're going to go to Tokyo and your brother's going to run the race and then you're going to go to like, what? Yeah, you'd be like, huh? It's just, life is crazy sometimes. I don't know. I think I've been trying to channel positive vibes. I'm excited. I'm really excited to try new food, go see different sites, and
and I think
immerse myself in the culture.
Oh my God. I was literally just going to say, we really need to immerse ourselves into this experience. And like, I know like, I don't know, like, I feel like we're not as picky as we used to be, but like picky eater wise, like we can't just like...
Oh, I'm gonna try
eat the
anything and
same
everything.
thing,
I
you
don't
know?
care.
Like, me too. Like, I just want to try everything. Like, try everything there.
I, excuse me. I, speaking of like a voice crack, do you remember the Super Bowl? Did you hear? I don't know if you heard. Who was singing? Alicia Keys. Did you hear she had a voice crack on her first note? She goes, "Some people want it all," and then in the like YouTube version of it, they covered it up with like a note. But, anyways, yeah, I think that reminds me. Maybe we could close out with this, but of my time in Kenya and Brazil. When you visit new countries, because what's the furthest you've traveled?
Nowhere. Like
Just like tropical
Mexico.
places? That's crazy. So this is like your first time like immerse yourself. Because
Yeah.
Mexico, we even just were on the beach, like we weren't
Yeah,
leaving the
I've
resort.
never left like America. I've just been
Oh my
like,
god! Wait, I didn't even realize this. This is crazy.
yeah. So this is like a big deal for me.
I was just gonna say, when I was in the country for the social justice docs, I immersed myself, and it definitely paid off. In terms of especially the food, like you were talking about, a boat. Like I think I ate ox, and I also ate chicken heart in Brazil. And so it's gross, yeah, but like I was like, oh, let me try it. So while you're there, you kind of just have to do it.
I'm going to.
I'm going to too. I've never had sushi before, so this is like, I'm gonna come back, eat sushi here, and be like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, I've only had sushi but I haven't really ventured that far into it. Like, I have not really had many crazy different rolls or like sashimi or anything, just because it kind of scares me. But I feel like if we're gonna try it anywhere, it has to be there. They have like the freshest stuff, so it'll be good. Japan's coming up, and it's about to be your birthday.
I know. It doesn't even feel like my birthday's gonna come and go. I can't hear it.
Can you hear it? Did you hear it on my
No.
AirPods?
I think it played the computer's the mic. And I
Yeah. So, what is the best thing, or one of your best memories of being the age of 21? What was one of your
my
best
favorite
memories?
thing from the past year, probably. Oh man, this is really random, and this is gonna be dumb, but some random funny thing that we did was when we went to the driving range and we're hitting golf balls.
That was your
I
top
had
moment
fun.
of being 21? That
I
was
don't
fun.
know.
I definitely think that was fun, but your hands were bleeding. Like,
I know. I did have the wart. Do you remember that? About the blister. I think
I think we should learn how to golf when you turn at the age of your 22. You know, like we're gonna learn how to golf. But you were in a marathon.
Honestly, which one? Oh, Philly. I forgot.
You went to Brazil twice.
I went to the Taylor Swift concert in the parking lot of Philly. That was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my first day of senior year. Like a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philly was a good day.
Yeah.
I also really liked. I had a really good first semester at Nova.
For sure.
It was a lot of fun. It was like senior stuff without having to worry that I'm graduating this semester. I was like, oh, that's the next semester thing. One more thing before we go. I promise this is the last thing. I didn't realize this. Tell me if this is not crazy. What happens once every 4 years besides presidential elections?
Leap year.
Do you realize we can't even experience leap year day this year because we're going to be in a plane the whole time. We're traveling back in time. So we're leaving on the 28th and we're going to land in Japan the 29th at like 10 p.m. So we're missing the whole leap day.
Oh my God.
Like not many people in the world can say they're missing leap day because they're traveling back in time. Or ahead, really, is what I should say. We're traveling, flying which way? West. We're flying west, but that means we're going to add 12 hours to whatever it is, which means we're losing the whole leap day in the sky, and then, yeah.
And I wonder what we will be doing the next leap year then.
Because do you remember we did leap year last time? Because I do.
It was right before COVID.
Right before. Oh my God. I was at a Bernie Sanders rally in Boston. He was like projected to become the nominee.
Oh my God.
Good times.
That's crazy.
We just lost probably 10 followers from that.
The next one will be 2028.
I know.
Oh God.
Where are you going to be in 2028?
I don't want to think about that. Where are you going to be?
Honestly, I have no idea. New York City calls my name a lot, but
yeah.
I don't even know. Hopefully, maybe somewhere else in the world. I'm a big traveler.
And in Japan, they like, it's a good sign if you're slurping.
Really?
Because it shows that you really appreciate their food. That's what my one of my coworkers told me.
I feel like I only heard that in like France, or is that when you burp?
I don't know. Mom agreed with me when I told her on the phone.
Oh, that's a trigger for me. You know, certain noises. Like I'm gonna be like.
You're gonna be like this.
Well, I'm looking forward to not only turning 22, but an in-person podcast with me and you, live from Tokyo. No matter which way we do it, I don't know how we'll figure it out. But listen, I'm excited. A week ago I was like, oh, it's gonna be a while. A week ago I went like that. Now we're here.
I know, and the next time I see you, you'll be a year older.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
And you'll be a year older, and I'm gonna be seeing you in a whole new country,
Continent.
a whole new continent.
We're going to Asia, baby.
We're going to Asia. Wait, did you have any stunned moments this week?
There was one.
Oh.
But you don't have to say it off the air.
Okay. I honestly feel like I had amnesia the whole last week. I don't really know what happened. But it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of stunned moments in Tokyo, I'm sure.
We will have a blast doing stunt moments in Tokyo.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, thanks for chatting. Thanks for making time. I'm sure I'll be editing this 30,000 feet in the air over the Pacific Ocean. And yeah, maybe the person next to me will ask what it is and we'll get a new follower.
Hopefully, and we'll just spread the Stunned podcast.
Hannah, it's been a blast and a half, of course, as always.
It's been a blast and a half, and we want to shout out to all of our followers and listeners, all the stunners out. Our stunners!
Whoa! That's pretty good.
All of our stunners out there, and we just wanted to say that we appreciate all of you, and always remember, if you're stunned,
we're stunned too. See you in Tokyo.
Adios. Sayonara.